I suppose I was surprised, and surprised at maybe some of the requests that people asked, particularly the things around, like crushing things like food, eggs, sometimes little toy cars. Yeah, it's very different. It's very different. It doesn't have, to them, it may have an element of like, but to me, I'm not actually doing anything. So it's very different in the sense of that's what they're actually fantasizing about, and that's what they'll pay for. And sometimes, like, if they want a custom video, you can charge like 150 to 200 pound for like a 5 to 10 minute video. I get more people ask for those things, particularly wearing my red boots and stuff. It's been cars, like little toy cars, sometimes in like houses, food. Obviously I did the crushing the eggs, but I got asked to do a role play video which he paid for specifically, and the role play was like, he turns up, walks past my house, and I make him like put all of his shopping out on the side, and then I like stand on it, and it was like, sandwiches. So I suppose those sort of things. I mean, I have had requests to stand on bugs and living things, but I don't do that. Do you know what I mean? Like, that is people's request at times, but I don't do those things. I didn't realise this at first, but there's so many different things. It's like, somebody that's into crushing won't necessarily be into like humiliation, and then somebody else might like the idea of you growing really tall and making them look even smaller, and then somebody else might want them to, but they stay the same height, or they might want to shrink down and you stay the same size, or like sometimes they like it if you put the camera on the floor and you do like a point of view as if they're on the floor. There's just lots of different, when it comes to the height stuff, it's hard to say which one's actually the most popular. I think for me, I prefer and I feel more comfortable doing those things. I mean, I make content with my partner as well. Sometimes we'll do height videos and humiliation videos, maybe just sort of standing on him a bit and just stuff like that. When I first went into it, I was kind of going down. At first I did the height stuff, but then I started to do more explicit stuff with a previous partner. I was focusing on that. That made me more uncomfortable. I mean, I'm not saying I would be completely against doing that now, but if I get a request that's based around height, I feel more comfortable because you're wearing clothes. It's unusual requests, but I hated it. Like, especially, I just felt like kind of like one of the boys in school, and that's kind of how people made me feel. And I'd often get bullied for my height, and people would just call me like lanky or beanpole, or just make fun of me. I mean, in school I was very skinny, so they used to make fun of me for that too, because I was just like a tree, I suppose. But then I also looked into sort of side of things, and obviously the market for just generalised content is very diluted. It's very diluted. There's a lot of people doing it, so you're not going to stand out in that kind of category. Whereas being 6'3", there's only 2% of girls in the world that are over 6'3", and if you think of those and then you break down those statistics to how many people are actually in that 2%, your market's much smaller, and there's a large amount of people that will purchase content niche based to height.